Looking rich and classy has nothing to do with money or status or fame. It's about strategy, knowing the difference between looking chic and chaotic. You can be in a $20 outfit and still serve a rich aunt in Milan if you know these tricks. Get ready because we're gonna show you exactly how to look rich, classy, and expensive even if you're on a budget. Number one, tailoring is everything. Fit matters way more than price does. Every time. You can wear a $30 blazer from H&M and make it look like you got it tailored from Neiman Marcus. So long as it hugs you in all the right places, it's gonna make you look like a boss. Meanwhile, a $500 blazer that swallows you up whole, it may work for celebrities, but it doesn't work in real life. Definitely giving Adam Sandler at a wedding. Plus, it's going to make you feel much more put together and sophisticated and confident. When you feel snatched and like your clothes were made for your body, it exudes luxury. My best tip here is to, number one, learn your inseam. Number two, learn your bra size because that's also important. Number three, know your waist measurements and hip measurement. This is gonna make it really easy when you buy clothes specifically online to look at their size charts and figure out which items are going to fit you the best. P.S. If you're shopping on Zara, they do have these little symbols to tell you how their clothes fit, so you're not shopping in the void. As far as budget tips go, there are many dry cleaners and even tailoring apps will make your $15 clothes look $150. If you want to be even more money conscious, you can buy a staple gun. They have these on Amazon. I use this if I want to tailor my dresses and they don't fit quite how I want them to. You literally just staple your clothes together and they fit you perfectly. Getting into our next important part of the guide is investing in elevated basics. Think about it. When you go to your closet, what do you generally reach for? You're probably opting for solids, t-shirts, jeans, classic blazers, things that you can mix and match, go with everything, and are comfortable. But not all basics are created equal. A crisp white button down is chef's kiss, but a slouchy one that wrinkles within 5 minutes, automatic downgrade, and we don't want that for you. Rich textures go way further than logos do. Think ribbed knits, smooth cotton, and clean seams. Admittedly, there are some stores that do this better than others. Aritzia is a really great one. Reformation, J. Crew has always been a classic. Promise you, if you're spending a little bit more on your basics, especially when it comes to jeans, they're going to last you so much longer, going to look like they were perfectly customized for you. If you want to save some money here, Zara basics are incredibly inexpensive and are incredibly comfortable. Abercrombie and Uniqlo also have really great inexpensive options, so you do not need to pay $500 for a t-shirt or a bodysuit, unless of course you really want to. This gets us into our third point, which is very important, and that is cheap versus expensive fabrics. You can spot a cheap fabric from across the room, and so can everybody else, especially if it's got stains. Patent leather is tacky. Vinyl can sometimes be seen as a crime, unless you're going to a rager. But cable knits and wool scream quiet money. It's not so much about what it is, but how it moves and fits on your body. Tip here is to go for fabrics that don't die out. Silk, cashmere, merino wool, and linen are the go-to luxurious fabrics that will always scream old money. Go for fabrics that are not trendy. This includes that vinyl and patent leather, but also anything that is really just here for the season. This can be neon fabrics, mesh, screen prints, and if you're confused, avoid anything shiny, squeaky, or overly synthetic. If you're looking to save money here, you do not need to spend hundreds of dollars on a merino wool sweater or a cashmere one at that. Keep in mind for big sales, such as after Christmas and July, this is where things are going to be heavily discounted, and Black Friday, of course. You can score very expensive items for up to 90% less. You can stock up in the opposite season to look ultra polished and put together later in the year. This one is less about style and more just how you take care of yourself, which is personal grooming. This one is often overlooked by many people, so you're not alone. Do not get mad at yourself, but it is a simple fix. You could be wearing Dior head to toe, but if your nails are chipped, your peach fuzz is going through your makeup, and your unibrow is on full display, you're giving concern. Fashion and style is very, very similar to losing weight and being on a diet. 80% looking expensive and taking care of yourself, and 20% what's actually on your body. So don't neglect it. Clean nails and brows beat $400 shoes any day of the week, or month, or year. Instead of letting this stress you out, use it as a form of self-care. Keep your skin moisturized, your hair, your nails put together, remove excess body hair, and if you sweat a lot and have a lot of body odor, please take care of that too. Not just for others, but for yourself. There are so many affordable ways to go about this. You can do your own nails at home. Cut your hair at home as well. Take it from me. I do not pay $60 at the salon for a trim. Get yourself a pair of Japanese scissors, very inexpensive. Shave or do at-home body hair removal. If you're into waxing, there are many wax kits. You can laminate your brows. To be honest, a lot of this stuff is really fun to do by yourself or with your partner or with any friends. So don't take it as a super stressful experience. Use it as a time to unwind and take some time for yourself. This one is arguably the easiest tip of all, and that is neutrals equal instant polish. We've all seen the Kardashians, we've all seen the beige mommy bloggers. What do they have in common? They stay within the beige range. Isn't just coincidental. Cream, camel, black, gray, navy. They don't scream for attention, which ironically makes them look way more powerful. Do you ever notice how rich people look like they're allergic to color? There's a reason. Loud prints and colors age really fast and are usually only reserved for the spring and summer months. Neutrals last 24/7 at any age of your life and in any country you may travel to and for any occasion. Unless you're wearing white to someone's wedding, then, you know, don't do that, but you guys are smart enough to know that. You can find neutral colors absolutely anywhere, so if you can't do any of the other tips, think about the neutral. Now we have the importance of simple and classy jewelry. I understand there was a time in the early 2000s where obnoxious, loud, huge gemstone, multi-layered accessories was a thing, but I think we can all agree back then that was not necessarily an elegant, graceful look. It was just fun and you could express your personality a bit. Minimal jewelry equals maximum effort. Do you see how some of this stuff ironically works in the opposite way? That's how we're going to get you looking your best and be very sneaky about it. You do not need Tiffany or Cartier to look like you have a house in the Hamptons. It's about restraint. As with other things in life, a delicate, thin gold bangle looks 10 times more luck than 10 chunky bracelets on your arms. Keep it very minimal. Avoid heavy gemstones, clunkiness. Play with your proportions. This was something I talked about in my cheap versus expensive video, so if you need an elaboration on that, go ahead, check that video out. But also couldn't be one of the most budget-friendly tips because you can save thousands upon thousands on your jewelry that looks like you belong in the Upper East Side without spending more than 20 bucks on a single item. Take for instance this Cartier bracelet. This is, I don't know, maybe like 15 bucks off of Amazon, and this watch, that is a Cartier dupe. Looks like thousands upon thousands of dollars. There are so many affordable jewelry brands such as Mahari. You can find really unique pieces on Etsy that are homemade, and yes, Amazon, which I frequently talk about in my Amazon designer dupe videos. You guys will not believe how inexpensive these are. Now we all know and love handbags, so this is where we get to the rich looking handbags. Times have changed, obviously, and logo mania is really out the door and old money has taken the forefront, but this really hasn't changed over the course of 100+ years. The key to looking elegant, graceful, sophisticated, rich, luxurious, pick your adjective, has been the same the whole time. Not to grab a bag that says, notice me, notice me, notice me, or pick me. You have to look at my logos because I have so many. Expensive people let the silhouette speak for itself. Think of the brand Loewe. Everything looks origami-ish. That's intentional. If your bag looks like it came with a free perfume sample, it probably did. Shape, structure, texture, that's the holy trinity. Now, this doesn't mean you have to get rid of logos entirely, just tone them down. Think Celine. They do a really great job about just putting one logo on there if they need to, and a lot of designer brands have actually shied away from logos in recent years, for this same philosophy. That being said, you can find so many inexpensive, super rich looking handbags that do not have the designer cost whatsoever. You would be so surprised what you can find online and in store if you just stick to these basic principles. You're gonna get really excited if you're into makeup and beauty, because even if you're not, this is still very important and actually maybe the easiest one for you to tackle. And that is minimal makeup. Similar to what we were just talking about before, this has not changed over the course of the time. Now, we're not looking at fashion beauty trends because those change literally on a week-to-week basis. We're looking at people over the course of time who look very upscale with very minimal effort. Why do you think the no makeup trend has been the most popular makeup trend of the last 2+ years? It's because this is how you look like you've got it all without having your face be bombarded with a million different distractions. This also is going to save you money in the long run because you're not putting as much stuff on your face. The key to making this area of your body looking expensive is all about being subtle and not contouring your face like it's a new identity. Bottom line, ditch the trends. Elegant looking women always look like they have perfect skin with zero effort. If you don't know how to do your makeup, there are many YouTube tutorials out there that you can watch. Please don't be discouraged because it really doesn't take a lot. It's really about finding the products that work from you and not against you. It has been absolutely crazy how drugstore brands have completely rivaled high-end brands. There has been this resurgence of all these high-end brands like NARS and MAC that have reformulated their products, and people have been very unhappy with the end result. Meanwhile, drugstore cosmetics may have seen a slight increase in their prices, but their formulas have nearly surpassed high-end versions, and that's saying a lot. The $5 foundation you bought 20 years ago is not the same $12 foundation you can find at the drugstore anymore. There's too many good drugstore affordable makeup products for me to mention in this video, but I will have a list available for you to browse and shop from. One you may not have been thinking about in the duration of this video is smelling like $1 million. Have you ever walked by somebody and just been like, what do you smell like? You are instantly intoxicated by that smell. You can't see a scent, but you can smell money. Cheap perfume is not fooling anyone. Or are these wacky scents that sometimes come out of nowhere? You know what I'm talking about. Scent is a stealth luxury. You walk by someone who smells like warm cashmere and vanilla wood, and you're like, who is she? Meanwhile, body sprays that smell like a middle school locker room, God forbid the Axe spray that some men continue to use, although this video is not for them necessarily, not the move. Now, there are fragrances and perfumes out there that are definitely worth their money, but they are very expensive due to the ingredients and the staying powers that they have. Don't feel like you have to spend this kind of money because there are so many good, affordable dupe fragrances out there. Zara has absolutely amazing perfumes. Some of them are limited edition, so you do have to buy these up while they have them. Otherwise, they just get discontinued and it makes for a very sad day. They're always under $50 and take the place of the luxurious ones from Tom Ford, for existence, at a fraction of the cost. Dozier is also a really good one in the dupe fragrance department, so I promise you, you'll be able to find your rich girl scent without a problem. This one may be fairly obvious, but it does go overlooked a lot of the time, and that's where we have the need to steam and iron your clothes. This is one of those things where it doesn't matter what you're wearing, it doesn't matter how expensive it is, it doesn't give the vibe you want. Much like your face, smooth fabrics scream, I've got a wife assistant, or a maid, or a butler, or a live-in nanny. Your outfit could be designer, but if it's wrinkled like a Chipotle napkin, you've lost the plot. There is no excuse not to have your clothes looking freaky fresh because you can buy a very inexpensive steamer off of Amazon and spend 60 seconds steaming your clothes out. It will upgrade your clothes significantly. You can take it when you travel. It doesn't take a lot of room. It looks super fancy. You're gonna get so many uses out of this. And it's kind of fun to use. That brings us to rich looking shoes. Now, this doesn't mean Christian Louboutins, Jimmy shoes. This is getting rid and cleaning up dirty shoes that have scuffs, holes, torn laces. You get the drift. Dirty shoes of any kind cancel out a good outfit faster than you can say, why does this smell like McDonald's? Because it just might. Expensive shoes don't look expensive expensive because of the price tag. They look expensive because they're clean and polished. That's why whenever you buy a new pair of shoes, people can tell. But after weeks of wearing them and dirt and debris get on them, no one's complimenting them anymore. You don't have to spend a lot to keep your shoes clean. Get some kind of sneaker cleaner, shoe cleaner, suede cleaner, weather protector. Swap out those laces. The best hack and the most inexpensive because it's free is put your shoes in the washing machine. I know it sounds crazy, do not put your heels in there, but anything that is made of cotton, which most tennis shoes are, and similar fabrics, you can take a pair of, let's just say, Nike Air Force Ones. Not that those look super rich, but I'm just trying to make it a point. Stick them in there and they're good as new. This is one that people think is completely unattainable, but I promise you it is if you know how to go about that. And that's where we get polished and shiny, healthy looking hair. Dry, frizzy, crunchy hair with mega split ends ruins everything, even if your outfit is complete fire. Hair is the outfit you cannot take off, kind of like your face, unless of course you get surgery, but if it's giving haystack, it's giving haystack. Believe me, I know some issues like this are caused by hormonal issues, which cause you to lose hair, for your hair to be dehydrated. So if you have a serious condition, please go to your doctor. When I had my implants in, they ruined every single thing imaginable in my body and I lost a lot of hair. So I do not take that lightly, but there are many ways to still look your hair looking amazing no matter what conditions you may be having. Go to your local salon, meet up with your hairstylist, get a good clean trim, your roots touched up. Maybe you want to just enhance the color you already have and get a toner, get a new haircut within reason. Do that. You're going to the experts. They know you, they know your hair. But again, don't do anything that is super trendy and is only appropriate in a hair magazine. Those same things you can do at the salon, you can do at home. There are bond repair treatments, toners, deep conditioners, there are hair oils, or when in doubt, you can slick it all back with a styling cream and have a slicked ponytail or bun. Don't fret, you've got a lot of options. This happens to be another one that people neglect, don't think it's important until it gets really, really, really bad. I'm pointing fingers at myself because I have in fact done this and been guilty of it. And that is clear skin equals ultimate luxury. If you have acne scars, if you have unwanted hair, if you have dull skin, if you have hyperpigmentation, inflammation, redness, etc., 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 this is unfortunately always going to take away from your natural beauty and your overall appearance. Now again, some of these are medical conditions, so please see your dermatologist or physician if you need to get on some medication and seriously address some things. Skin is such a priority, and the minimal you can do is, yes, wear sunscreen, and I know you've heard that a million times. Clear, glowy skin is the ultimate status symbol. That's why not a lot of people have it, except everybody on your TikTok For You page and Pinterest. Ironically, instead of doing these 14-step crazy skincare routines, usually less is way, way, way more, because your skin cannot handle 10 different acids you're putting on it at a time, nor can it absorb everything you keep layering on it like it's a cake. If you do have a condition you're concerned about, go to your dermatologist. They can do a skin analysis and literally see with technology where your crisis points are. You can get a laser treatment, a peel, microneedling. They have an abundance of options, and a lot of time at these med spas and dermatologist offices, they offer member savings plans. It could be you get 2 facial treatments a month, 20% off of their products in store. So this is going to save you money while addressing your main concerns. Bonus points, instead of just going through Sephora reviews, they're going to tell you exactly what's going to work. And a lot of times, if they recommend a product and it does not work for you, they can not only see the progress that is happening in your skin, but they may just offer you a refund on that product. However, if you are afraid of going into a med spa and you just don't like people being up in your face in your business, there are a lot of affordable options at home, light treatments you can do. This one by Medicube is very popular. Lots of these affordable skincare products are not expensive. The ones I used to clear up my skin were the cheapest products I've ever used in my life. This one may sound silly, but from an outward perspective, it makes a big deal. And that is walk and talk like money. Hear me out. Confidence is free. Posture is free. The way you talk and interact with people in your natural energy is free. But talking 90 miles per hour about your IBS problems, it's free, just don't do it. Looking expensive starts with acting like you have nothing to prove. Ever notice how rich people are often really unbothered and really comfortable with themselves? Keep that in mind. Practice talking slower, practice listening more, be mindful of your posture and how you sit. Confidence is currency. This brings us to our rapid fire tips. If you weren't taking notes, it's okay. I'm gonna give you some easy ones right now. Steam your clothes. Wrinkles kill luxury. Keep your shoes clean. Scuffs scream cheap. Swap plastic buttons for gold buttons. This is a game changer. Keep a lint roller, perfume, and hairbrush in your car and purse for instant touch-ups. Add a third piece to your outfits. Blazer, cardigan, statement coat, instant elevation. Reminder, looking expensive has nothing to do with the price tag. Who's gonna see that anyway? But how you wear things and present yourself. These small upgrades can very easily become habits that become second nature to you. Not splurges, not maxing out your credit card. And the best part, you're actually gonna save way more money doing these things and spending less. Feel way more confident and have higher self-esteem. If you liked this video, you'll definitely wanna check out my video on what looks cheap versus expensive. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.